Hi, I'm Betsy Lynn, and this is my tired stairway. We bought the house as a fixer-upper, and I wanted the carpeting ripped out. The realtor suggested we wait. So we redid the floors in the house, but we didn't do the stairway. And I was gonna have new carpet put on it, but it was only going to be carpet on the stairway. It's the only carpet left in the house. I thought about ripping it out and painting everything, but then I realized that the stairs were never finished. So Mother's Day, I had had enough, and the carpeting got ripped off the stairway. It was a yucky mess, but I had help. So this carpet got ripped off. Amazingly, it all fit in the trash can. I visualized having carpet sitting around for weeks as we tried to incorporate it with the normal garbage, but it all fit. And then the staples and nails and tack strips had to be removed. And we had a gap that went between the stairs and that side plate, whatever it's called. So we got busy on it. And I did redo the side wall that we're looking at now, along with the process, but that's going to be another video just to keep this one a little bit shorter. So we started pulling all the staples and that out. My son pretty much took over. He started at the bottom and worked his way up. And we went online and we looked for stair treads since these didn't have any on them. And we found where we could order them from Home Depot and do the in-store pickup. So we did that. They came in, they're pine. We may have gotten them from Lowe's. Now that I think about it, I don't remember. But I sanded them all down and stained them since they were unfinished. I know pine is a softer wood and it's not going to wear as well as if we'd done, say, oak, but it works for me. I used a different stain color than usual. I used Jacobine, and sorry for the jerkiness there, but I stuck with my favorite brand, which is Varathane. And I put 2 coats of stain on, I think. It's not the same color as our floors because our floors are needing to be replaced again. And so I was kind of thinking about what maybe our new floors might look like. I don't know yet. Who knows when we'll get new floors. But so it doesn't match the flooring I have now, but it doesn't necessarily clash. So then we decided to do a stencil on the risers, and I think we got that from Home Depot as well with the in-store pickup. And I wanted multiple colors, kind of not one particular straight color in any one area. So what I did was I just poured multiple colors of paint into the same container, and I tried to stencil all the areas that were the same, that I wanted to be the same color at one time on each piece. And then I switched to the next color without cleaning the brush off. Sometimes I tapped it off on a paper plate, but I just kind of went through and put down colors. I tried to mix the stair treads up so that I wouldn't have like a group where all the colors were the same and then the next group they were different. I was using old paints that I've had for a long time and some new ones. So as I did this process, I was running out of different colors of paint and then bringing in new ones. I think I'm using a dollar store stencil brush for this, and I'm outside. I didn't tape the stencil down for the most part. I didn't have a problem with it, but taping the stencil down probably is not a bad idea, especially if you're outside. But yeah, I just did the pouncing style, I guess you call it, to tap, tap, tap with the colors. I wasn't shooting for perfection, so that made the process a lot easier. Over time, these will wear. They'll probably get scuffed up and scraped up and have worn spots. And the stair treads are going to do the same thing. And that's kind of the look I want. I want something that's kind of fun, but yet casual and relaxed, and shows a little bit of my personality, I guess you could say. So as I filled in areas, I just kind of, like I said, tried to stick to one color at a time. And you know, these colors are changing and evolving with each time I use them because they're getting some different colors mixed in. And with the stencil, you kind of see this blurry kind of mess. But when you're all done putting down the colors and you peel up that stencil, it's like, wow, I like that. And then I would just move the stencil to the next one, lay it down, and continue the process. And I did that 12 times. So right there, the wind picked it up and blew it. And so I just swapped that board out for another one because I can retouch the paint on that one. And it did get a little bit of paint on the one that was next to it. And it's something I may have touched up when I was done, or maybe not. I did touch up a little bit of the paint on some of them, but for the most part, I just left them the way they were. You can kind of see how my colors are blending a little bit the way I have them out, which I liked it. I was really happy with the way everything turned out. For the most part, I think I got the stencil on all of the boards fairly centered. There's one that the wind slid it over a bit and I didn't realize it. And so the stenciling on it is kind of cockeyed, but I went ahead and used it anyway. I could have just painted over it and then the base color and then re-stenciled it, but it was part of the process. It's the way I did it, and I left it be. It doesn't bother me. If you like your stencils to be nice and crisp and precise, you'd probably want to spray the back of your stencil with an adhesive so that you could just lay it down and it wouldn't move. You'll also have less kind of, I guess you'd call it, bleed through on the stencils if you do it that way. I wasn't real worried about it, so I didn't. Like I said, you can also use a couple pieces of tape to kind of hold it in place. I had 12 of these to do, so I just kind of set it on there and pounced around it and kind of tried to get through them all as fast as I could, trying to keep each one different than the other. And I forgot to mention on the stair treads, I think I put close to 20 coats of Varathane on them to try and help protect them a little bit. And as I went, I used up some of the different colors that I'd had for years, and that's always kind of nice for me when I use up any particular product I'm using for stuff I make, because I have a lot, and so it's always nice to use some up, and then I can replace it maybe with a new color or not, just kind of cut down on my crafting supplies. I think this project, when we were all done with it, you know, not counting labor because we did it ourselves, ended up costing about $300, which in my opinion is money very, very well spent. I wish I had done this a lot sooner. It's so much easier to keep them clean than with the carpet. It's just much fresher. Yeah, I'm just stenciling along. I don't know if I mentioned or not, but the majority of the paints I'm using here are Apple Barrel. I only did the one coat, and they worked out quite well. And as this project went on, it took us, I think, 2 weekends to do. I did go ahead and I redid the one wall, and I started painting doors in the hallway. These things that you think you're going to do something else with, and then nothing ever gets done to them. So I started those, and I kind of worked on them in the wait time in between. You know, we had to wait for the stair treads to come in, so I worked on that. Then once the stair treads came in, we had to wait for the stencil to come. A little bit better planning would have made the process go probably quicker, but it went well. You can see I'm just adding different colors to different areas.